Welcome to this week's edition of Pirate Talk. Thank you each week for joining us. I'm David Griffin, alongside Coach Randy Jackson, and joining us today is Patrick Brackens. And Coach, this last game, of course, didn't really mean anything, but tell me about how it kind of all played out.
Well, you're right. It didn't mean anything playoff-wise and all. It just meant a lot to us pride-wise, and we kind of talk about being a Town East kind of game where you can wear your stuff to the mall or whatever. And so, but it was a game that we felt like we played well in the first half especially, and we just kind of let it get away in the second half.
Yeah, no question about that in the second half. And Pat, what is it that you guys really felt like you kind of had a couple of breakdowns defensively? What was it that you felt like you could learn from that moving forward towards the playoffs?
I feel like we got to tackle better, especially with the running back we coming up with this week.
Right. And so you telling the younger guys anything to keep their head up?
Yes, sir. Just stay humble, and we'll make it to state.
And, of course, that involves some big plays, and there were some big plays, Coach, this past week against West Mesquite. Why don't you walk us through a couple of those?
Yeah, we had just our normal, our highlights for this week would be our C.J. Collins sacking their quarterback Chasen Virgil, causing a fumble, and Malik Jefferson scooping it up. Our first big touchdown of the night was a throwback, just like a bootleg throwback we threw to Rodney Douglas, who's back on the field for us now, and that was a big play. Malik Jefferson on just a huge hit in the first half. Just a real physical play coming off the edge, and again, he's on this about every week. But and then the last play is again one that we've shown before too, is near the goal line, a fade to Nate Gaines, and him using his height and going up and getting it and catching a touchdown.
But the past is the past, and you played your preseason, then you played your regular season, and now for the third season, and quite frankly the most important one because it's win or go home, it's now time for the playoffs. And you've got a little Elton team coming in that can really run the football.
Yeah, their big deal is a kid named Kawan Kenner, and he is a big-time running back, the best running back we'll have seen all year, 2,700 yards basically, averaging about 8 yards a carry. There's no secret.
That's 270 yards a game.
Yes, he's had 4 games of over 300 yards. He's carried the ball 57 times in a game, 55 times in a game. It's almost child abuse how much they give him the football. So it's just one of those deals where, like our offense, we're real balanced. I mean, we really try to be 50-50. They don't care about any of that. Kenner's getting the ball, and we got to stop him.
But it's not like they don't have any weapons on the defensive side of the ball with both Bell at outside linebacker and Price as well.
Yeah, their defense is a 4-3. A little bit more man coverage, so a little bit different scheme than most people play. We see 3-4 predominantly, but they're big up front, offense and defense, big kids. The Bell kid, the Price kid are both excellent defenders, and we'll have to do our part stopping 22 also, the running back. We've talked to our offense. We've got to keep the ball, control the football. That's something that hurt us a little bit last week. We need to make a few first downs and keep the defense off the field.
So what is the most important, the second half of last week aside, this year the defense has been very good. What is it that you guys have been focusing on that has made you so effective?
Well, tackling and, don't put your head down once you see the offense is kind of doing bad. We just got to step on the field and just keep doing our job.
So you're a senior this year. What has been your favorite part of not just being a part of the defense, but being a part of the Poteet Pirate program?
I feel like we're more of a family this year. Like we do everything together.
So, Coach, back to you. Every game this year, every game from here on out is a win or go home. What is it that you're going to say to the young men and really even to the Poteet Pirate faithful as they get ready for this particular ball game?
We're going to do a great job of staying in our routine. Where everything, Monday's the same as the Mondays have always been. Tuesdays are the same. We know Little Elm is a great ball club, and this could be our last week. But if we feel like we play well, it shouldn't be. We got the type of club that really could play a few weeks and play us. There's really no limit on what we can do. We just need to play well and take care of the ball, and we need to cut down on our penalties. We think our penalties hurt us big time last week, and just play Poteet Pirate football and just kind of attack every week the same.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, David.
Pat, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of Pirate Talk. I'm David Griffin saying thank you, and thank you to Community Life Church and Matt Kane for stepping up and helping this to happen every single week. Hopefully, we'll see you next week here on Pirate Talk.